That song is the best song to start literally anything to. I love it. Whoa! Hi, Raid! Hi, AJ! Woo! So happy you can be here! Yay! Woo! Do-do-do-do-do. Are you able to see this clearly on the camera? I don't know if it's showing up properly or not. Yay! I'm doing good, Raid. How are you doing? Oh, how are you doing it too as well, AJ? Good question. I can totally keep up with my brain. Wait, why is slow mode on? I turned it off. Eh? Okay, now slow mode. I accidentally slept all day too. It was great. Oh wait, that's all night. I can read AM, PM. Yeah. Which song is this one? Apparently this song is called Smoothie. I had this interesting idea of drawing things traditionally and then I'm gonna scan it onto the computer and edit it there. So I did that once, like earlier today, but I've like done that before a few years ago, and it was actually a lot better digital than it was traditional after I'd scanned it. So hopefully this will be cool. I can put some of my runes in here. This is gonna be so much fun to shade. Aw, thanks, Raid. I think you're better at the surreal stuff than me, though. there. Like. And that makes it look like it's wrapping around it. I mean, dark stuff is still surreal, though. Especially the way you do it. It's awesome. I'm now realizing this tree is almost in the way. Wow. I think a few more details before shading is a good idea. Like, see, look, Raid! AJ agrees with me! You have the awesome art! Do, 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 do. Why do I draw every single leaf? Like, I wonder this every time I'm drawing all the leaves of a tree. I'm just like, you know, this is questionable. The trees don't question it for some reason, but I question it. Oh, I love this song. Wait a second, I'm gonna grab something real quick. I drew what this song looks like. Like, every time I hear this song, I see this. Wow, stream seems to be behind by about like 20 seconds. To be fair, it's like that a lot. Sometimes. Other end, when I'm watching streams, does that. I need to draw that bit of the song into this because that looked cool. Like there's this cloud thing with like a pillar stuck in it. And like the pillar like wraps around it like that. But it's like split here. And like there's a circle at the top. love how this song looks. It's beautiful. Not many songs do this. That is a good idea. I should ask him if he wants to use any of my drawings for it. He mostly uses my sister's art for a lot of his songs though. Ah, my brain forgot what part of it looked like. Oh well, it's fine. There's like a lot of cool doodads in this tower. They'll go all over the place. Maybe I'll try put this bit like this and go like that. It doesn't quite look like the song anymore. I think it needs more cloud. It's probably because the part of the song changed and I'm seeing different stuff, so I'm just like, comparison? Nope. Now the whole drawing needs the clouds though. Just put that there and that there to match this bit of the song. Yeah, sort of did it. And that's one of the bits that wraps around the cloud. And then there's a circle bit here. That goes like that. It has a line coming up like that. And the bottom of it is more just like a longer one of the obelisks. Well, maybe not longer, but like it's an upside down obelisk sort of thing. Not curved. I may join Discord later. That seems like a really great idea. We could draw a pile. Best idea ever. I know some of the songs by name after listening to them on repeat for ages. Like, because I didn't have them on my computer for a very long time. But my sister had them on her computer. And I couldn't copy them from Dad's computer to my computer. So she copied them from her computer to my computer for me. About a day after Dad said that I could use them for my videos. Yes! Can indeed. This song looks like too many different clashing things. This would be very hard to draw if I tried to draw it. Wind in the Moon. Cool name though. That bit like that, and this line down to here and curving up like that. There we go. I don't even remember specific parts of some of these tunes. But there's a lot of them though. There's so many. My favorite one is called 5 Minutes. Second favorite is called While I Wait, and third favorite is called Fitz Chivalry. See if I can make it play Fitz Chivalry next. I don't know if I can force it to play it next. Oh, apparently not. Oh well. There's always a chance it might play next automatically, if it's shuffling or something. I got very distracted drawing this obelisk over here. These ones don't have any shading. Or clouds. You know what, I'm gonna put cloud here. Like, behind this one. And make it just... do... This pen doesn't like if I draw too fast for some reason. To be fair, I had to cut the metal of this bit to fix it because it didn't have a nib. And then I had to refill it with ink because, well, it was empty. And now it has like 2 different types of ink in it. I don't know what the original type of ink is, but probably a Copic ink. I don't know what ink Copics use because I haven't looked it up. They probably use the Copic kind of ink. This ring now looks like a donut. Yum. I end up whistling random stuff to the tunes, which is why I was like muted for most of my first YouTube stream with art, because I was just whistling along the whole time. Oi. Wait, what song's playing next? That's what over here. Play Fitz Chivalry. Okay, there you go. This is Fitz Chivalry. So, I don't know when Dad made this song, but it's named after a character out of a really awesome book series. My favorite book series. I think it starts with Assassin's Apprentice and goes all the way to Assassin's Fate, and there's like several different entire trilogies. The last trilogy is called Fitz and the Fool, and it's the coolest story ever. The books are by Robin Hobb. They're so good. I love those books. Terry Pratchett is my second favorite. I love Terry Pratchett's books so much, but Robin Hobb's books are like, well, they're better in a way. They're an entirely different genre, which makes them equal, but to which one I like most, it's everything that Robin Hobb made. Like, is what I like most. But my first impression of Terry Pratchett was the book Equal Rights. Oh, I loved it! Robin Hobb. There's no S on the end. Like, I had an S for the sentence because it was referring to what she made. The S was with a... I don't remember what that mark is called for some reason. This... I can type it. That button. I've been forgetting what words mean recently. It's great. It's terrible. Like, 2 words that I forgot that I use all the time were just suddenly gone. I was like, what? Where are they? Like, it was, I can't remember one of them, but one of them was consistency. Oh, I think that was, Reaper Man. Oh, I love that one. Yes. I'm pretty sure he did that twice in 2 different books. So, don't know which one you mean. If you mean the one where he's, like, surrounded by cats and he's running a restaurant, Reaper Man. That one was amazing. And Death Falling in Love was so cute. Like, I can't remember her name, but I remember how cute that was. That was lovely. Putting a bit of a shadow there because it's going behind the obelisk. Why do I call them obelisks? I don't know when I started calling them that. Like, oh look, it's this song. I love this song. Now the reason I got some of those notes wrong is because I was playing it on my penny whistle earlier, and I couldn't remember parts of it. And so my brain was just like, okay, make up bits that fit with it in general. And I was like, oh, okay. And now attempting to, like, air guitar along with it failed. Fun, though. This song is great. Every time I hear it, though, I, like, have this image of, like, blank photos are being thrown down one at a time at different angles onto a pile. And then someone's, like, going out a door with a backpack and they're just like, yeah, time to face the day. And then they're waiting for the bus or something. Which is funny because the song is called While I Wait. Also, sometimes I hear, like, non-English sounding things that seem like words, but not really words. Unless I don't know if they're words. They could be words. They could be, like, just from a dream or something. But, like, there's, like, lyrics to it that don't have any sense to them. But sometimes there's words mixed in. And I'm like, what is this? Am I crazy? No. My brain's just trying to figure out lyrics that go with it because it's great. Now, all along here, the pen has decided to not use ink properly. Like, it stops coming out. It does a weird. I love that bit. That's like the bit in the whole song where it feels like the bus finally arrived and the person's gotten on the bus. It's weird though, because the bus drives off into the clouds. And then I'm just like, wow, it's a cloud bus. Well, what would you call a cloud that is also a bus? Or a bus that drives in clouds? Is the cloud also a bus? Or is the bus also a cloud? I just confused myself, but it sounds cool. Alright, now, should I color it before I put it on the computer, or should I put it on the computer and color it on the computer? I think it would be better to color it first and put it on the computer after. I think I'm gonna give this obelisk a bit more shape because it feels closer. Like that. Now the ground needs more lines. So lines are angled to the angle that I'm seeing it at. Then it'll look like it's coming forward. Wowie. Hello! Do-do-do. Wait, why are there two of Raid? AJ, why are there two of Raid in the chat? I'm confused. Are both Raids Raid? Is one Raid pretending to be Raid? That's terrifying. It's also cool, but it's terrifying. It's like, wow, double Raid. Oh, thanks, Raid! Yay. Oh, I understand. I understand. My brain just went. I heard this like squeaky. Oh. In the back of my thoughts, I'm just like, oh. Hello, random squeak. What are you doing there? Should I put another bubble thing here? I don't know if they're actually bubbles. They could be holes in the universe. If they're holes in the universe, then that would mean these two are linked. And this would be linked to this one because of the angle, which would mean that there need to be two more over here. Which would also put a silhouette obelisk on this one. Going like that. Also, I had already drawn the circle, so I had to make it a silhouette, otherwise it would cross over the lines and look wrong. Ah, it's tilted. Whoops. Oh, it's fine. It can be tilted if it wants. Probably. Can it? Yeah. This one just has like a bite out of it. Like a tooth bite. Not really a tooth bite. Whoa, I just realized, because of the shape of this obelisk, I could actually hide my symbol in there. Like, I could put it like, this obelisk here could become it. I'd just be like, la-di-da-di-da. And like, how did I do it last time I turned it into a painting? I think it was like, instead of being straight, it became what it was always meant to be. It became like that. Because the symbol, though abstract, represents a pen with wings. So, putting it at this angle, it, you know, looks more like what it is. It took me like months to make the symbol exactly perfect. And I checked the whole internet trying to find anything similar so that I would know that it's unique. The first few drafts, there were similar things to it, but in the end, I got it right. And I love it. So I just use it everywhere. It's sort of become my logo at this point. Now, this circle that I was going to draw when I drew that one over there needs to go here. And this one has like shadow in the middle because it's like a portal thing. You know, this needs another island, so I'm gonna put one over here in the distance with a tall obelisk on it, which is probably also a silhouette because of the size of the other one, the same size at the same distance. Like, they're really far away from each other. So it's probably gotta look a bit like that. There's like a mountain on that island. And I'll like give it some clouds that are proportionate to the clouds at the front based on distance and stuff. At least I hope it's based on distance and stuff. I feel like putting a cloud here. It's a darker cloud, but it's still a cloud. I'm gonna like put like a thing here. And that way it'll look like there's like an obelisk city type thing in the background. I feel like I paused for a very long time before finishing that sentence. That's probably weird. It's fine, but it's probably weird. I was like, did I really just pause that long? Some messy shading because it's further away. When it's further away, make it messier to make it have appearance of being slightly blurry. I think it also helps a bit with the texture. I don't know, it's just something I do. And maybe some general fast line over it that puts the cloud further in front of it. That only works because it's being weird with the ink, like the pen's laying it out as grey instead of actually being an ink pen. It's okay, it does that. Whenever I do smaller bits like that, it goes back to being black, and I'm like, ah, why you do this, you traitorous pen? Pens tend to be traitorous before they're repaired. And then I just fix them. Like that. Come on, straighten the nib. Ding. That'll do. Oh yeah, that's not much better, but slightly better. I didn't think that would actually work. I was just like poking at it as an example, then I realized the whole nib was tilted. And I was like, oh, this might actually help. I was just poking at it for fun. Being like, oh hey look, pliers. Poke poke. This pen took a couple minutes to fix when its nib was stuck, because you have to actually get a knife and turn this while it's leaning against the blade. If you try and cut it properly, then it ends up breaking it, but if you turn it, then it'll cut smoothly all the way around, and then you get the pliers and you twist and pull the bit off the top. Sometimes it ruins the nib if you accidentally cut too deep or whatever, but like, if you have enough metal on the end, you can usually cut it back about 2 or 3 times before the pen is entirely permanently used up. It's pretty good. I also like have like a weird needle thing that I use for injecting ink into it when it's all empty. I'll just be like, this needs more ink. Gets the ink bottle, gets the syringe, fill syringe with ink, stab it into the plastic foam tube inside the pen. Just be like, ha ha ha. You shall now have ink and work. If you do not work, then you shall not be given more ink. This is the price of your existence and remain existence. If you want to remain existing, you evil pen. Rar. Ger arg. XD. Yeah, I should probably fix the other pen that I have there. That has a completely different type of ink though. So I'd literally have to clean out the, I say literally way too much. I'd need to clean out its, foam thing of ink. I don't know what those foam things are called. It's like a... It's not really a tube. But it's basically foam wrapped in plastic. Maybe like someone should just invent a word for it. I mean, to be fair, I'm inventing an entire language from scratch. It shouldn't be too ridiculous to invent a word for it. Like, like that's a word. I don't remember what it means because I'm still working on the language, but it's a word. The alphabet has sounds to it now. And there's, I believe 17 letters to the alphabet in it. It's, so... Bo is what, why, and when it is attached to ach, dia, or zia. So when it is present, it's what. When it's past, it's why. When it's future, it's when. But then it would be Bach or Baudier or Baudier. So that's what I went. It's just slightly confusing when I'm not looking at the paper to remember what I wrote about how words work, but there's not many words in the language yet. It's just very basic at the moment. It doesn't have any descriptive words other than male, female, it. Enjoy lurking, AJ! You're awesome! I always get this song mixed up with Sandwich Time. This one's Coms. I was like, wait, I know what this song is. Like, in my head, I'm like, I know this one. Yes. Nope. I thought it was Sandwich Time. No, it's Coms. This is the third time I've thought that Coms was Sandwich Time. It sounds like a sandwich at the very beginning. That's the problem. Like, it just makes me think of food for like the first two notes. And I'm just like, wait. Sandwiches? But no. Sandwich Time is Sandwich Time. This is Coms. I'll get it eventually. I'll know what all of them are. After, like, maybe having the music on my computer for a month. Maybe 2 months. How long has it been? I think they've been on my computer for a couple of weeks. Maybe a week. I need to check. There's, like, probably, like, a timestamp on the folder. Like... The 18th. Ah, 6 days ago. Okay, see, I've had them on my computer for a week. So, getting them mixed up means I at least know their names, so that's pretty good. I feel like something's missing from this. I won't scan it until it doesn't seem like there's something missing. Maybe. What if I, like... add a bit more to this bit here, and... yeah, that's... that's a bit better. I'm not sure, though. It still seems like something's missing. Just... fill that bit a bit more. No. That being there next to that means that another one needs to be here. And maybe I'll connect them. Like, that seems like a good idea. Like, that. And then they'd need, like, a couple of these little doodad lines that go like that. And I'll just... now this one's easy to remember. This is called Classical Ideas. No, it's called Classical Idea. There's no S on the end. I thought there was an S on the end. I think it's one of the only ones that sounds like this as well. It's very pretty. It literally looks like someone just like sitting alone at a bar. Like an old medieval bar, like a tavern. Like, just sitting there, drawing or something. And it's just really chill, you know? That is probably the neatest of any of the hatching lines I've done in this entire thing. They're all so messy, but that one bit. That was beautiful. I'm happy with that now. That's what it needed. Alright, let's get rid of that pencil line there, and that one there, that mess, and that bit up there. It doesn't need all the pencil gone, it just needs the pencil that's going over edges out of the way. Otherwise it'll look weird when it's scanned. Okay. Now I shall scan it. And I shall turn the scanned image into a digital thingamathing. Because that seems like a great idea. Alright, where's thingy? Swap to screen. Transition button. There we go. And yeah, the scanner. Might take a minute or so for the scanner to actually start up and work, but for now, it's just like, you know, opening the menu for it on the other screen. That's nice. Oh, there we go. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I would love to learn guitar, but my brain can't wrap around how using left hand for notes could ever work. Oof. Have you tried, there's a specific setting somewhere, that this one here, in display, on canvas acceleration. If you have this turned on a computer that doesn't like it, Critter will crash a lot. But if you have it turned off on a computer that likes it, Critter will crash a lot. So, fun thing to like turn on and off to see if it helps. And there's also, if you change the limit of this to, oops, I did not mean to actually change it, to 50%, it should work slightly better. And also change CPU limit to half if you have multiple cores, because if it uses all the cores, or if it has the ability to use all the cores, it will lag out like crazy. It's painful sometimes. I'll just be like, why did I turn that up? I hope it helps. Okay, now I was going to click something. What was it? My pictures. The newly scanned image came in sideways, apparently. Alright, I'll have to... that dang flash. Why does it do that? No, why would... Okay, straightening. Crop it to there, crop it to there, crop it to there, and there. Save. That seems about right. Okay. Now let's refresh the page. Did it just despawn from my folder? What? Where did it go? This is my pictures folder. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I was looking right at it. That helps. That was weird. Okay. Now, let's see. Where the magic happens. All similar colors to white. delete. Oh wait, no, I'll put an actual background behind it before I delete. Wait, that did not work at all. Okay. Now it should work. Okay, so it kept some of the white, but that should be okay because this will be the sketch layer. And where's my glove? There it is. I don't know how this song ended up playing twice. Like, that doesn't always happen, but it's pretty nice that it did. Alright, wait, I'm gonna duplicate this layer a couple times onto itself. What do you mean, merge strategy? Just merge. Ah! It's never done that before. I think that's because I updated Krita. I was just like, ooh, I'm gonna try out this thing. Oh, if I click this button, oh, that means that the colors are in 8-bit because it's a JPEG. That's annoying. But if I click this button, it's a new button on Krita. You have to actually unhide it because it hides in configure toolbars. You type configure toolbar, you click rec, and it comes up with this record time-lapse button. It only works if the paint is 8-bit. But it's in the latest night build of Krita. But you click record time-lapse, and it will actually record all your brush strokes per second. And it pauses when you haven't been drawing for a while. Like, I think it like pauses after a second of inactivity. It's pretty cool. 8-bit does not work for colors at all. You cannot shade with black if you're using 8-bit. Oh, there's also, not that page, this page. I have my own custom brushes, and I'm planning on exporting them eventually. Problem is, I changed all their icons, so now I have no idea what anything is, and it's hilarious. Alright, yeah. Let's see. Going to go over all the lines. Ah, this may take a long time. Why am I starting from this corner anyway? You know, I could just vector this, but I don't know if I want to vector this because it is huge. Actually, I'm just going to click 2. I also discovered this cool thing. If you go into configure Krita, and what page is it? It's canvas. No, not canvas. I don't know what page it is. Why do I always forget what pages things are? Oh, general. Of course it's in general. Alright, you go into general, and where it says multiple document mode, set it to sub-windows, right? Then, when you click window, and you have one thing open, you click new view, and then you can tile the view and literally just have like this extra thing that you can resize to whatever you want. I could put that in the corner and work on this one at the same time. And it will show up on this as like, well, instantly. It's great. I'm going to increase brush. Actually, no, I'm going to use the pencil instead because the pencil is like, well, not cleaner, it's just nicer in a way. Like, it has a, an actual pencil texture to it that I made it use. That's not really, like, I think I picked one out of all of the different ones in here. Yeah, square, rough, light gray, whatever. I think that comes with like some other pencil, but, or a paintbrush, but I modified it with different stuff to do with rotation and size and whatnot, so it's not exactly even using the texture, it just looks scratchy, a bit like a normal pencil. Or like a pen, if you're just using straight black. It's pretty great. I should probably set the layer below to be slightly transparent, but I already can barely see it. The white is throwing me off. I don't really know why the white's there. I mean, I understand why the white's there, but I don't specifically know why the white is there. But you know what, I can just like actually open this. That menu's open with Control U, the letter U. I can just set the lightness to 0. Ah, I should have done that in the first place. Now I don't even need to mess with the lines. I am so dumb. I've done that before. I have had that same problem before and done that before, and I forgot. I'm a dumb bum. Oh, that was so derpy. How did I forget about that? I use that tool all the time. I even have it on my toolbar up here. Like, it's just there. HSV adjustment. It's right there. Why? It's fine. I'm just gonna... Wait, why is it lagging? Don't tell me my computer froze. Did it? Nope, Critter froze. Okay, Critter, please unfreeze. Oh, you dang, you bloomin' pansy. You crashed on me? Oh, the drawing on my desktop background is by my sister. Critter, you crashing on me? Well, you know what? Now that I know how greatly I epic fail, I can literally just fix my epic fail in seconds, because now I can just do this because I remember it. The power to remember things. Underrated. Not used often enough. Ah. Alright, is this my gouache paint? Or I want my oil one. Where's my oil one? This one's my oil one. Okay. B. Alright. Actually, no. I want this one, which is the... Well, it's basically the shape tool, but I modified it so it's like slightly smoother and more balanced, and it's just nice. Preference based. It doesn't really matter. Alright, the circles to be blue, the holes will just be the sky. The sky will... What do I make the sky? Did I literally fill the paint layer with nothing behind it? That's fine. Okay. This brush, the sky will have orange. Yeah, I'll just make this bigger. The sky will have orange. The sky will have green and pink. I don't like pink, but I like how it looks with orange and yellow when it's used correctly. Like, and I like purple. Now, where should I put this green? I'll put actual green, and then I'll put some turquoise around it. So that way it'll fit with the orange, and the turquoise will fit with the pink. I don't usually put so much thought into these sorts of backgrounds. They're usually just... I put the random color in, and then I colorize it with the HSV adjustment thing. Now, the thing about the oil brush in here, the thing that makes it really good is overlay mode. It's only in the smudge engine, I'm pretty sure. But overlay mode is the best tool for literally any brush that you want to look like a traditional tool. Like, if you want it specifically to look traditional, turn on overlay mode, and it will mix all of the visible layers into its brush strokes when it smudges. It won't change the other layers, but it'll change the layer that you're drawing on, and it's just really cool. I might be slightly obsessed with that feature. It's how I make all of my paintings look cool. Wow, did I just admit that I like my paintings? Cool. That doesn't happen very often. I'll just be like, oh yeah, thanks for calling it cool. I like this one, I might not like that one. But apparently now I'm admitting that they're cool. I wonder who helped me to get that far. Actually, you know what? I like this enough that it's cool. Maybe I just got that far. I don't know. Is this one Spot the Jazz? No, it's Well X3. Literally the X3 face. It's Well X3. I love this one's name. It's great. This one makes me think of like Jumpin' Jack Flash. Like, but like if it were like a massive dance musical. Like this is just Whoopi Goldberg walking down the street with like the coolest dance, and like there's like people rapping, and I don't like rap very much. I'll listen to it sometimes, and sometimes it's cool. And I think it's pretty cool that people can talk that fast, but it sometimes is just annoying. I don't go looking for rap very often, or at all. But to be fair, I don't Google much at all. I'll just be like, oh yeah, if I need to know how to do something, I'll Google it, but otherwise I'll just be like, yeah, whatever. Now, I just realized, did I actually transition the screen to this screen? Yes, okay. Because I was just like, wait a second, is everyone staring at a blank screen? Oh no. That's painful. Both because blank screens are really bright and because you'd see nothing. Like, who wants to stare at nothingness? It stares back. Everyone knows the void stares back. Nah. Yeah, nah. If you could see the void, it would probably stare back, but considering that it doesn't have eyes, how does it stare back? Now, layer underneath this layer, because that way, if I go over the brown bit again, it won't, Oh, why am I using this? Yeah, it's a turquoisey blue, but why? I think the colors might be slightly too saturated. It's fine, but, well. Too saturated. Too much saturation. Colorful! Oh, that's a hole, not a circle. I mean, it's an almost circular hole, but it's not actually a circle. Also, yeah, these rings are just hovering at different angles. They're not actually attached to this and hanging by gravity or anything like that. They just float. I probably should have just, like, made some flat ones around, but like didn't. So it's like, closer ones should have brighter colors, but I don't know why I'm using turquoise. I could use literally any other color than turquoise. And then darker for further away. And that's not because of shading, that's just because if it's darker, it looks further away. Like, I can't actually see real depth, but I can force my brain to visualize 3D onto 2D, if that makes sense. So, real world, I'll crash into things a lot, but here, I literally know where everything is. I'm not going to crash into anything in this drawing. Can you imagine crashing into a drawing? Like, how does that even happen? I mean, you probably could like crash into like a painting by accident somehow, but like not while drawing. Like, it doesn't make sense. How would it even happen? My pronunciation of words is starting to bug me. Like, tell my sisters I'm drawing. One of them giggles, and others are just like, "That's so cute." I'm like, "It's not cute. I'm not cute. Shush, shush, traitor." But no, I'm pretty sure they started that. One of them started saying sword, and now I just say sword. Like, it sounds like it should be pronounced, so why not? Why put a W in the middle of a word, or at the end of a word, if it's not going to be pronounced? So yeah, sword, drawing. Though, to be fair, for drawing I can't actually stop. It started by accident, and I didn't even notice until one of my sisters laughed about it, and I can't actually say it normally. And I don't know when it started. It might have started a few months ago. It might have started a few years ago. I don't know. Half of time is basically, oh hey, guess what? It's Monday? It was Monday yesterday. To every Monday. And I'm just like, what? On the bright side, it means if it's a Saturday, it feels like it was Saturday yesterday. That doesn't make much sense, but facts of life, it just does that for me. It's weird. It might not be weird, but I've been told it's weird, so pretty sure it's weird. Oh. More accurately, I've been told I'm weird. Lovingly, but it's cool being weird. Peculiarity is not failure to be normal. Did I say the circles would be blue before? Because I'm pretty sure I intended for them to be blue before. And one of them is yellow. I know it doesn't look like a circle, but it's, you know, basically it's a donut. So, yeah, it's not a circle. You're right. I'm not sure how talking to myself so that I'm talking to everyone who's watching started. Last time I was streaming, I had a lot of difficulty doing it because I was like, I didn't say anything for the whole start of the stream, so if I talked now it would be weird, wouldn't it? No? Yes? Maybe? I don't know. And then one of my friends dropped in and I was just like, oh wow! Hi! And he was like, oh hey, this pun. And then he was saying how he wouldn't dare repeat the same pun to the same person in the same day because it's too cheesy. And an hour later I understood the joke. It took me an hour. How? I don't know. It just did. I know because when I realized, I looked at the timestamp. I was like, wait a second. That was an hour ago. How did I only get it now? That was... I mean, to be fair, thank you, brain. To be fair, he did misspell dairy as Dari-E with an I-Y. It's like D-A-R-I-Y instead of... I don't know how I remember how he pronounced it, but whatever. Yeah, he had already gone to bed by the time I figured out the joke, and I was just like, oh, what? Oh, dang. So I told him the next day, and he was just like, yeah. And I was like, oh, so it's not even funny anymore because you're just like, yeah. I think he knew that I wouldn't get it. Things like that can go over my head for ages. But it was great though. Him just rolling in with the puns. Most of them are door puns. But some of them aren't. Some of them are like pineapples. Did I just say pineapples? Thank you, brain. I don't think he ever made any jokes about pineapples. I think I was just making a joke about pineapples just then. For no reason. But to be fair, there was this one time I was talking with some people on Discord in text, and no matter what I did, I couldn't stop taking everything literally. I took everything seriously, I took everything literally, and then, finally, my brain was just like, oh hey, guess what? You can actually be sarcastic now. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I understand sarcasm for 3 seconds. This is great. But the result of that was the entire subject of the conversation changed from being super serious to pineapple socks. Pineapple socks. And 2 of the people freaked out because they were like, oh crap, you've reset my brain. Oh no, you've reset his brain? His brain's been reset. He reset his brain by being so random. What happened? And I was just like, I don't know, my brain reset. It was really funny for me, but also very confusing because my way of understanding stuff doesn't often do that. So I didn't know it would happen, and it just did, and then I was just like, wait, you're what? You know, I think I like the symbol in green more than in blue, but in a lot of places it's just in blue. Like, I think it's nicer in green. I think I said that. But I can emphasize by repeating. I don't know. Makes sense. Why not emphasize by repeating? What song is this? Why? Okay, why did I not understand what song it was until 3 minutes and 30 seconds into it? Maybe just because this song is so good. Yeah, this tower back here is going to be green. Yeah, what color should I make the clouds? Because they can't just be plain gray. That would just be, well, it'd be counter everything else on the entire canvas. And that would be just weird. You know what, I'm going to put like some purple into this obelisk into that green, because that'll look great when it's blended in. It's way too strong. The purple is too strong, what have I done? Here's a color that's not there yet. Vague, dark, peachy red. Sort of peachy red. It might not actually be peachy. The rest of the colors are throwing me off. There's too many at once, and my eyes don't adjust to light, so... Alright, let's see. Darker red. Of actual red. Yeah, see, that's the difference between peachy red and dark red. Dark red is actually red. In my opinion. That doesn't go there because it clashes with that stuff. I'll just put this here. Hey. Too bright. Too bright. News to me. Why do I have 2 of the same song on file? Like, there's 2 of them. They have the same length. They have the same name. One of them has brackets 1 on it, but they're exactly the same song. I don't know why there are 2 of them. They sound good, but there's just 2 of the same song. Maybe the clouds should be like... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna like just colorize and see what happens. Let's see. Saturation. Down a bit. Oh, that looks heaps better. Okay, hue. Darkness. It's only changing those ones, I believe. Oh, and the symbol. Maybe not darkness. Maybe lightness. I mean, to be fair, I could just click actual colorize and then change all of them to the same color because they're on the same layer. That would work. Alright, all the blue stuff. Darker. Higher saturation. Still darker, please. That would be nice. I think. Nah, too dark. Change the... Oh, it looks better as green. Maybe just because I love green. Alright, saturation, lightness. If I end up turning everything green, I'm gonna be a bit annoyed at myself and just be like, oh, why is everything suddenly green? Oh, that's not too bad. There's just like 1 red and 1 brown sitting on an island. 3 black silhouettes in the distance. You know, I might just select, that's not the correct select tool. Just select this corner of this cloud down here. Control T and rotate it a bit like that. Because it's annoying me that this one cloud is tilted. Like, it's been annoying me the entire time. I've just been like, why is this cloud not straight? Everything else is straight. Why not this cloud? Is that the correct brush? Yeah, it is the correct brush. Alright, I'm just gonna fill it in. Swap to, where is it, this brush? Because this brush is the closest to looking like that. Size 2, please. Thank you, critter. Ya diamond. Just gonna erase a bit of that to fix a bit of this. Erase a bit of that for highlight's sake. Now this pen is basically my fine liner pen used for tasks like this. It's pretty great. So it's made with the curve engine, oddly enough. Like, I don't think that would be a normal thing to use for lines. Like, I can imagine you'd use it for like things like calligraphy or something if you wanted to make a calligraphy brush in Critter, but I used it for lines. I made a line brush with it. Alright. Let's zoom out a bit. Oh, do you know what I just realized? That window thingy that I made over here is gone. That's a bit disappointing. Oh well. $7.55. Pretty great. Cool thing about all the lines from the traditional sketch being in solid black is it makes it very easy to turn it digital. I might have already talked about that when I turned it that way. The reason I have the line art on top is not merely so that the colors can go beneath and I can like cheat to color it or something. That's not because of that. It's actually so that I can do a cool thing with the oil brush. Oh, it's called an oil brush, but basically it's an all-purpose brush. The difference between them isn't actually that they're different. It's just they're in different sizes and have larger scatter range. I think this is the one I use for shading. This one over here is messier. It's good for watercolor. But this one is more precise, which makes it good for specifically following lines. Alright, now I'm gonna throw all these into a folder in the back. Colors. Close the folder. It just makes it easier that so I can see what I'm doing. I'm also gonna group that together and underlay. And call this overpaint because it's gonna be painting over it. I didn't color the tree. Should I care about that? You know what? Nah. It can suffer. Oh wait, no, I'm doing it wrong again. The lines still need to be on top. The overpaint goes underneath the lines so that it does what happens when you paint over ink with watercolor. Like, specifically, the same thing should happen. If the brush is working, that is. Brush, are you working? Are you not? You're not working. Why are you not working? Open this menu. Overlay mode. Off, on. Overwrite. Just overwrite. Yeah. I don't know why it would do that. That's a bit annoying. Alright. What it should do... Oh, that's green onto blue. What it should do is, when I use the color that is already there, it should blend the lines into it a bit. It's not doing it for some reason. Or it's not doing it as well as it should. The blending might be slightly off. Color rate, smudge radius. Oh, of course that would do it. Smudge strength, please. Clear that. Smudge length. Dulling. Yeah, dulling is good. Okay. Now it should work. Ah, that is how my brush is meant to work. So I still have this color selected. But as I paint over near the lines to blend the lines to make it look like they've sunk into paper, it now actually looks like I've smudged the ink from using watercolor. And that is a look that I love about watercolor. That is very exciting. I don't know why that setting wasn't already correct on my brush. It might have broken or reverted or something when I updated Critter. Because it should have just worked off the bat. I forgot to color the clouds. That's okay. I can color them while I'm doing this because seems like a great idea. Yeah, when I first made the pencil brush on Critter, the idea that I had was that it would look like one of my actual pens rather than actually looking a pencil. Contradictory to what it's called, it being a pencil, but the point being that it would actually look like traditional, the way that I do traditional. And I thought that was a brilliant idea. So, of course, I tested it out, and that's one of my older paintings from the beginning of the year is the result of that. So I don't know if my slideshow turned on because the overlays are turned off. Oh well. I can always post it in the Discord later. Or repost it anyway. Yeah, I like doing a weird thing with these obelisks. They're actually, the obelisks are based off of a drawing I did by accident. And I'm not really sure how the drawing happened, but it was while I was trying to make a custom pen. And I loved the results so much that I was like, you know what, I'm going to try and make this digital. I'm going to try and make this terrible leaky pen that I've crafted into an actual digital pen. And, well, it worked. It just didn't act as leaky. It did act leaky when I first set it up, but I didn't like it, so I changed it into a normal pen. And it's better than a lot of other pens. Then I realized it's also basically a pencil because of its texture, and the texture is still for the specific thing, so yeah, just because of its texture, it's pretty, what was I saying? It's pretty much just like a normal pen, but like, at the same time, it's close enough to what I was going for that, well, I like it. Also, yeah, I'm just basically using a very light, pale olive green that I picked from the background. Picked up from the background. This is my highlight brush. So the clouds apparently are going to be olive green. So, usually when I do stuff on a whim, it works out, so yay. So I think some of the songs have names based on what was going on at the time. So, I believe this one was when Dad got new guitars. So I remember him playing some of it. He was playing for hours when he was making this. Loved listening to that. It's great. Apparently this cloud is sort of closer to yellow now. Wait, highlight, because that brush is just turning it black by blending the ink into it. Alright, there we go. Cool. Alright, now blend that shadow back in, and that is perfect. Fix this bit. Ah, just gonna make the brush a bit bigger and do this bit here, like that. Skewed, I think. I like it, it's good enough. So, technically, this sort of shading isn't really shading. but at the same time it is. Because I'm mostly just spreading the ink around. Same as would happen if you were like just to pour water or coffee on a drawing and just be like, oh wow, I spilled my coffee. That's terrible, but wow, it looks great. You know? Speaking of coffee, I forgot my coffee was there and now it's cold. It's still a good coffee though. I like my coffee. Coffee is great. Do 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 do. Alright, so if these clouds over here look like that, then this cloud over here, which I fixed up before, should also look like that. Olive green. See, olive green is great because I love green. And that makes it a pun. Like, it's one of the greater greens. That made it sound like I was talking about vegetables. Oh dear. Haven't seen anything in chat for a while. Hope he's still doing okay. This song is particularly beautiful. It's called Delayed Musings, apparently. I don't know if the songs have like proper titles other than what they were just called as they were added to the folder, but some of them are just really nice and their names fit, and then some of them are like, huh, that's an interesting name. I wonder how it got that. But it's all pretty good. Highlight on this bit because yes. Ha 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 ha. This brush is great. I should use it for fire or something. Like, I modified it the other day. Like it wasn't like that before. It used to like just be a round sort of light brush. But since I blend everything anyway, it doesn't matter, and it's actually easier to use if it's sharp, for how I work anyway. So, I just thought, I should use it for fire, because now it would actually work for fire. So that's pretty great. This is starting to look like it has depth. And I haven't even, like, used my shading brush yet. Like, the actual shading brush. Like, there is a brush specifically for shading. That will probably be used toward the end. I mean, or I could use the shapes brush to add cell shading and make it look slightly deeper. Like, I could have, like, the shadow of this island onto that one because the light's coming from the front of diagonal, right? If that makes any sense. Well, I see the whole thing in 3D in my brain, so it probably only makes sense to me at this point. But the light is coming from primarily this side, So it would hit here, or at that angle. It would hit here, a bit like that. That would be there like that. Here is facing the light, technically. So it would have outlines, but not actual bright highlights. That bit's hitting the light. This bit is directly in the path of the light, so it gets brighter as it gets closer to there. Now this bit's a darker material, but it would have light here and around here. But the tip is actually at an angle, so there wouldn't be too much light beyond that one point there. That was delayed musings. And this is dire. Well. Well. Couldn't tell you why, but today seems pretty great. Put a blue highlight onto this ring here to emphasize direction of the light slightly, but this one's highlight will be further down and on this side as well, because the shadow of this is not against it where you'd think. Like, it is against it, but it's like not where you'd think. The shadow of it is only here, like that. So it's very specific. Like the shadow of this is specifically more to here and along the edge of this obelisk. And there's a tiny bit right there, but there's still a bit of light there because of the way the obelisk is facing. Like there's, I don't know the word for that. It's like a specific way that light reflects and bounces and stuff like that. If I knew terminology, I could explain terminology. I know how it works. I can't explain how it works. That is the case for so many random things. Like the critter settings, for example. I know how it works. I just can't find where everything is because I don't know the terminology. I can do stuff, but that doesn't mean I can explain the doing of the stuff. Though, to be fair, it's probably the same for a lot of people. And if not, then at least for homeschooled people. That has a bit of light there, that would have a bit of light there, going back to there, because this can see the light across here, like between, like from in front of the tree through this hole here. That is the angle that the light is at. That is the best way to describe the angle of the light, I think. That's probably the only way that works to be explained. So, if any of the light is actually wrong based on that explanation, feel free to slap me. I'll just be like, oh no, the light is wrong. That's not right. Oh, the accidental pronunciation of ronk. That'll happen occasionally. Alright, well, shall I individually paint every single leaf, or should I, like, scribble into them a bit like this? You know what? just scribble into them a bit like that, but I might zoom it in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, that one went overboard. Actually, it probably needed to go overboard. There's no leaf there. You know, I'm just going to paint the leaf onto this layer. It's not the line layer, but it might as well go there, you know? There's something just really satisfying about painting or drawing traditionally and then turning it digital. Like, it just ends up so much better somehow. I do not know the context for the name of this song. It's called Sweet, or The Sweet and the Dirty. Just imagined a lollipop that's just fallen on the floor. So that was this movie that I watched half of once. Like, my sisters were watching it. I came in at the end. But, I think it was called Ball Cup. And it's this guy who has, hypoglycemia. The movie made it more of a funny thing than an actual bad thing. It's a really bad thing, but like, the movie was just really funny. Like, so he there comes this point where he's like going into shock from lack of blood sugar and all that, and the only thing that he could do is eat a lollipop that's been under a desk for who knows how long, and it's got a bowl of fluff on it, like lint and feathers and dirt, and it's like, ew, why? Don't eat that. I mean, he has to, but like, don't. It was terrible. Like, hopefully, for the sake of the movie, like being not so it's like less real, but like hopefully for the sake of him not having to actually eat that, hopefully it was cotton candy or something instead of an actual feather. But oh my goodness, he ate it. He ate the whole thing. He had like a disgusted face the whole time. But I was just like, oh my goodness, why? Like, that's terrible. He got up way too fast after having it though, which I think is why the movie was meant more as joke rather than awareness of the condition. It's a pretty bad thing to have there. So if you run out of blood sugar, like from not eating enough, you can just drop and no one would know. People would think you're drunk. And they wouldn't stop to help because they think you're drunk. They'd be like, oh, this person's drunk. Leave him alone, he's drunk. No, not drunk, dying. But happens though. If people don't quite understand things, it can happen. Why am I putting lines on the overpaint again? I'm gonna be questioning where this shading came from and what layer it's on when I'm done shading these clouds. Like, I'm just gonna be like, why is there shading on these clouds? But they're like, you know, it's like hatch shading, so it should be on the ink layer. It's not on the ink layer. And I'm continuing to draw it on the paint layer because I don't mind. It's just fine. Like, it can do that if it wants. I can make other layers. And it's not too much trouble to redraw it again if it fails for some reason. Okay, I'm just gonna go around this bit like that. Alright, I really need to turn that into highlight. Oh, I did not mean to press that hard. Dang pen. Okay. Because, yes, the cloud is green. No, it's not meant to be noticeably so green that you're like, why is that cloud so dark? It's probably like full of pea soup or something. Like, that's like, you know, come up from some great chef's kitchen, but it probably shouldn't be that thick. Like, there's a massive smog of pea soup in a cloud. Or maybe shepherd's pie in a cloud. Like, how does that even get into a cloud? It doesn't, but it would be funny. Can you imagine just seeing a flying pie go overhead? It's like, oh wow, is that the shepherd's pie? Yep. Chef's at it again. I don't know why I find that something funny, but to be fair, I find a lot of things funny. I just don't laugh out loud, or I'll just be like, I laugh a lot, but I don't laugh a lot at the same time. Like, most of the times when I've liked a joke, I don't react. I mean to, but I don't. Like, I'll just be like, wow, that was good. Or I'll just be like, oh, that was good, mate. But, I'll just... I mean, unless, like, someone could probably tell me otherwise, and I'll just be like, oh, so my entire perception of the fact might be wrong? Oh, okay. But from my perspective, I laugh mostly on the inside. As far as I know. I'm pretty sure I'm right about that, because I don't see myself laughing very often, even though I do on the inside. I'll remember thinking about something, I'll just be like, ha, that's funny. But how much have I actually laughed other than making silly noises that sound like they're meant to be laughter? Pretty sure the answer to that is not much. Alright, let's see. Now, some cool shading thing. This is going to require me to be careful about where I put the brush, but there's going to be a shadow of this hitting here, like this, just on that spot. And down here, there's this shadow. Oh, there's also the shadow of the island, so I don't need to care about that too much. But point being, that's the shadow of this, which means that this casts shadow over this one bit right here that I left without too much highlight. Though not, maybe not that tall, it's like that tall. Yeah, like that. And then in here, the island's casting shadow on itself, and yada yada. There'd be a tiny bit of the shadow of the side of this obelisk over here. There'd also be like a bit more island shadow there, island shadow there. You know what? Obelisk doesn't even show shadow there because there's the island shadow in the way in this layer. I can do that later. This right here can go like this. This right here, like this. I know recently I've actually been laughing more than usual, so maybe my entire thoughts, or my entire thought process towards how funny things are might be wrong just because I've been laughing more than usual. I could be wrong. I could be doubly wrong. And that shadow just made this look like it's some sort of alien thing. It's got the cloud under its arm, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just hover to school. Like, does an obelisk even go to school? Do you think about these things? would it go to school if it had a school to go to? Or if it had a reason to go to school? Or would it be unable to move because it's an obelisk? I guess it depends what the obelisk believes it can do. And what it's capable of doing in the world that it's in. Maybe it can only dream that it can go to school. Though I don't know why it would be going to school in the first place. I did a course once, and it sucked. Well, I've done a couple courses. Both of them. Not so good. Didn't learn anything, really. Should have learned things, but didn't. Now, that island has a shadow like that. And yes, the shadow is going over the sky because the sky is fluffy. And if the sky is fluffy, then of course it's going to receive shadows that are cast from anywhere they're cast from. And that's why I need to be careful where I put the brush, because I have to go around all of these, because I can't just go between the layers, because I did it all in one layer. Or a lot of it anyway. Not specifically all of it, just a lot of it. Make that shadow there darker. Make that shadow there darker. Cast the shadow of the obelisk there. Oh, this is 40%, I need that higher. There we go. Shadow of the obelisk is going over the rock. Good. And this one doesn't have much shadow in the first place. Am I even drawing? Yes, okay. Sometimes I wonder if, like, when I don't notice, words go back to normal. But because I wonder that, I'm always paying attention, so I don't know if they do it when I'm not paying attention, so I have no idea. But if I could record massive amounts of me talking randomly, kind of like now, maybe I could figure out whether or not when I say drawing it changes to however it's meant to be said. Like, my brain's freezing when I try to do it. I was like, like drawing. No, it just pauses and then says ink, and I'm like, no, that's not how it works. My brain, so annoying. All right, I'll just shade like that. Blend, 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 blend. Okay, that makes it all look a lot more ominous. Alright, now let's see. What if I, like, get pen, make the lines 5 wide. Hey, that does not look fully... Yeah, there we go, okay. I'll just do this over here. So it's digital, it doesn't really matter if it's, going off of the corner of the paper and ruining the composition. When it was traditional, I worried about that. But since this is the edge of the composition, not the edge of the paper, technically, it's part of it. It needs to be decorated. Otherwise, it's just empty space that doesn't need to be there. Okay, now, was this the lines? Yeah, that's the lines, okay. Swap it back to this, swap back to black. You know what's probably throwing off this ink and making it not look quite as good as the other ink? It's probably because there's this basic stabilization on, which I don't need when I'm converting traditional to digital. It doesn't need to be there because, well, how's it supposed to retain some of its traditional qualities if it's got a digital stabilizer. Like, it doesn't help. So why would I do that? Okay, this cloud shadow here looks terrible. I can do this with traditional. Oh. Can remove the ink without having to paint over it with acrylic or whiteout. First thing I ever spent a long time on was actually made mostly with ink and whiteout. Hello, Clink Commando! Or should I say minion? Da-da-da-da-da! Yes. Hey, when lockdown's over, do you want to have the ink drawing that became this? Like, you could color it or something if you want. It'd be cool. I want to see what you color it. I just really want to see what you color it into. Yay! Do 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 do. Oh, by the way, I love you. Wait a second. How did that get into the playlist? That is not one of Dad's songs. I think. It might be. He might have collaborated with the person who made the song. I don't know. I have to ask him about that. I've been meaning to ask him about that. But it's a different song. This song is my favorite song. You're playing D&D? I want to learn how to play D&D. I don't know if the view count is actually accurate or not, but you might be the only person still here. Probably because I started talking a lot. Like, I've been a chatterbox for the past at least an hour, maybe less than an hour. I don't know. I'm not sure that being a chatterbox is quite what? I don't know if like people enjoy me just talking randomly for hours on end, like. But to be fair, this is the second stream, so other than the Minecraft one, so I don't know. I'm learning. Mistakes may be made, but without them, they can't be remedied. I love this song. You know, there's a second variation of it further down the playlist. It's pretty great. I am not sure what else to do with this because I forgot where I was up to. I think, oh yeah, it was, I need to throw all of the groups into a single group all over again. Ah! Why did it do that? That was close. I thought it broke for a second. Hey, look, 12 groups! And this is the 13th layer. Oh my goodness. That means I was painting on the 12th layer that whole time. Oh my goodness. 12s. There's so many 12s. 12 playbacks. Where's playback? Is playback when people rewind it, or is playback when people watch? I don't know. Maybe I'll know someday. Alright, last touch-up shading thing. We'll have... it will have the shadows of the islands, vaguely on the fluffiness of the sky. And I will do that in black, I think. Now, this one's already on the sky a tiny bit like that, so that's fine. And this cloud can have its shadow over there. And its shadow is being warped by the shape of the cloud. Not cloud, by the shape of the way the sky is being fluffy. So, like, that shadow would not be that high, that would be down here. So some of the shadows will be longer and shorter based on the shape of the clouds that the shadows are leaning on, and the shape of the object casting a shadow. Like, this one will bend down to about here, and then we won't see much of the other side of it except for maybe... No, we wouldn't see that anyway, because the shadow of this island is then going to be cast here. Alright, that rock is about there, I think, but it wouldn't look like that, it would look like that, because it's going onto a fluffy surface. And then the general shape of the island would be further across, warp down, because there's a fluffy bit to the cloud there. Also probably because of the shape of the other stuff. Now this island is not just a flat island. This shadow, the point of the shadow, is to show that the island is more round. Like, on the top anyway, like from top down, this island would be sort of roundish. And the shadow of that obelisk would be right there. But it would also be cut slightly and go off like this, because that's how I imagine that particular cloud there to look. And the shadow of the island would come down to there. Maybe down to there. Or maybe it would come down to there because of the angle of the light, the angle of the cloud. Actually, no, it would only go down there. Never mind. I know what I'm doing. So the second obelisk further away would look like that. And this one's shadow should be, because it's being cast on the cloud, at that part of the cloud, it should go like this. No, it shouldn't be there. It should be... Actually, that would put the island here. Yeah, the island goes to there. The rock goes there, which means that's not there. And the shadow of the obelisk can go like that. And I'm going to use this brush to warp that inward a bit, like messily, but like it'll look like that. And this one is next to it, so it would be well, worse. That's the erase. I needed to. See the circle of the shadow, would you? You might see a bit of a hole in it, but like that would be about it. And this is slightly further away, but its shadow would be around there, mixed into that shadow. And then the tree is between them, and it's also slightly in front of the rock. Actually, I'll use this brush for the tree, because that way I can do the branches. So there's a branch that goes like that, and goes like that, and then it just splits over here and becomes the mess. And I'll just... Now I'll get this and warp that like this so that it fits with the theme that I'm doing with the shadow to the clouds thing. That didn't work over there at all. It worked everywhere else, didn't help with anything else where I needed it to. This one would probably work a bit better, but it would also blur it a bit. Alright, so that's the shadow of that bit, and the shadow of these bits would be that there, that there, no, that wouldn't be there, that would be there, and that would not be there, it would be over there. And that would have a shadow there. Now the shadow of this one might be a bit tricky because it'll go there's a split in the shadow and there's an obelisk beside it. Oh, the obelisk beside it would be behind the thing, so that's fine. That's that stick sticking out of it. I like this song. Crying at the sky. If I do this over all the shadows, it'll give them a bit more of a lively feel to them. Like they'll be attached to the places in which, well, they're attached. This would be a ridiculous endeavor to animate because of all of the shadows. Like, if someone tried to animate this, they'd die on the inside. I mean, they might enjoy it, but there would be a lot of grief trying to get it exactly right for even 2 frames. Oh my goodness. Now that I've done shadows, it seems incomplete. Why does it seem incomplete? I see exactly why. It's because this one here has no shadow, and it's over a more flat area of void, which means its shadow would literally just be that. No, it wouldn't. It would be that. No. Follow depth, you dang doodly doodle little brain. That's closer to what I was aiming for. Still not quite, because it's not flat enough. Like, it doesn't look... It doesn't, look like it's from the pillar, the obelisk. Should I just call them all obelisks and, like, just be like, meh. Yeah, pillar. Alright, that one. More flat shadow that's like been blurred out. There we go. That's one of the only ones that ends with like that. Oh well. I think... I have no idea. I'm gonna add another layer. I thought I was going to be done after doing all that, but I've no clue what about this that I'm not quite satisfied with yet. Like, I think I'm gonna like put some highlights that are over the line layer and then like blur them down and like be like, yeah, there's now this misty fog thing that, oh my goodness, did you see that? The whole thing just suddenly stretched. Like, it became like depth. That was cool. That, yeah, I'm not getting rid of these highlights. They're staying. I'm gonna blend them a bit, but they're staying. They're not going anywhere. I might make this one a bit sharper, but just because it doesn't look right otherwise. No, do that bit there. A sharp bit there. You know, maybe it just needs like white in the lines, which is entirely contrary to what I was saying at the start. I couldn't see through the white on the lines, so I made it go away. Like, it was annoying me. That shadow would not be there where it is. Oh, that seems better. Whoa! Cool. Alright, I'm gonna erase that one bit there and then blend it back in again. Cool. Okay, new layer. Now, let's see. Now, here's an interesting question. The record thing only works in 8-bit, but this looks 16-bit. It's not doing the 8-bit burn from me using all of the black and stuff for shading, but the record button is still visible. So I could have recorded this entire thing as a like time-lapse thingy to test how well the time-lapse thing works without it like burning it. That is unfair. It might be based on DPI or something, you know. Like, it just might be based on DPI, not actually the, like, what's it called? The bit count. Is it bit count? No, it's not. What am I talking about? Depends what I'm talking about, doesn't it? Well, that's a useful statement to myself. Thanks. This one needs a highlight as well. Oh, my voice cracked and that sounded so weird. Ew. Well. Okay. I feel like it's not done yet. Why do I feel like it's not done yet? This shadow right here seems wrong. Okay, I'll fix it. That's significantly better. That is also slightly better. Not quite. It's in the wrong spot there. Do 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 do. Alright, so that looks about right now, but Why do I feel like it's unfinished? I'm just gonna put this here and blur that into the corner. That looks a bit better. Just hard to stretch it when there's nothing behind it because it's on the layer above, not the layer below. Oh well. I'll move that to there instead because that seems like a better spot for it. Do you know what else though? One thing I forgot was this. Because that would be there because there's a hole in it. Otherwise there'd be no shadow in the hole that's being like, oh hey, guess what? Look that way. And that would also mean that this goes like this. Which would mean that you wouldn't see the hole anyway. What am I doing? Dang brain. Okay, there we go. That's better. That is better. Now can I leave it? Or am I going to poke at it again? I'm probably going to poke it again. Okay, be like, poke. I need to get this brush and blend that because that looked annoying to me. And now it really does look like one of my traditional paintings because I just like, you know, except for all the highlights and stuff, like it looks like one just because I did the thingy where I throw around a bit of acrylic paint on top of something. Except in this case it's a digital oil brush. Alright, I'm going to detail this bit of fog here. Because who doesn't like detailed fog? Like, I'm literally just scribbling onto the fog at different angles so that it looks like there's, well, more fog and more detail to the fog. This would be better done using the other brush that I made. I'll just also highlight over there, blur that in a bit. There we go. Now the fog extends a bit. I'm going to swap to this. Bigger bliss. So this brush was originally made for smoke. Didn't really like the smoke, so it changed career and became what it is now, which is a curve tool marker, just for accidentally leaving random blotches through it the way a real marker does, and well, it works. I think it blends a bit as it goes, but I can't remember. I can't remember if I said to do that. I'll just check real quick. No, it doesn't. It does not blend as it goes along. That's probably why I made it transparent, actually. Because Why make a marker slightly transparent? Unless it, like, can't blend. That was a pretty song. Oh, it's Muse. Yeah, Muse is a good song. Muse is pretty. Oh, that did so much for this one corner. It did nothing for the rest of it, but oh my goodness. This one corner can look great now. And that cloud is now gone. Rest in peace, cloud. Alright, now it's visible again slightly, but eh. Okay, I now actually like this brush. I didn't like this brush when I made it. Or when I was editing it yesterday. When I was editing all of them yesterday, I was just like, yeah, I still don't like this brush, but I'll find a use for it. And then I found a use for it. I'm like, wow! There's a use for it. And it's an interesting use that I didn't see coming at all. I was just like, wow. You know, digging this green for all of the ground cloud coverage stuff. Though I don't know why I chose green for all the clouds. I like it. I just don't know why I did it. Like, what inspired me to use green? Pale olive green, no less. For all the clouds. And fogs and other stuff. It's just odd bit interesting. I need to blend that bit over there in the corner because it's not blended. You know what? Here's the watercolor gouache brush with some accidental green cloud onto it. You're welcome. Bit of paint. Yeah, I'll just blend that. Yeah. There you go. Fix that bit. There. Oh, it's heaps better. Do you know what? Just realized one of the problems is this bit right here, and I don't know what layer it's on. Probably this layer. Oh yeah, it was on that layer. Bloomin' second try. Cool. Oh, now that I've fixed that one shadow, the whole thing looks finished. So, if I had to fix that shadow at the beginning, I probably would never have done the rest of those details. Because, wow. You know what, though? This shadow here is a bit wrong as well. Fix that. Oh, it's heaps better already. Wow. This shadow. That one. I didn't expect them all to be on the same layer. All the broken shadows are on the same layer. Is that one on the same layer? Yeah, it's on the same layer. What? What? That made me happy. Okay. This one last area here. With the same marker I used to make these misty bits look misty. Mysterious. And mix it a bit, blur it together. There we go. Kind of made it look a bit more solid than actually like the rest of the mist, didn't it? The only reason it looks like a mist really is because you can see things through it. It's like, oh wow, I can see my face in this. No you can't, it's foggy. What am I even talking about? It is now 9 o'clock. The drawing is done. And I told myself that I would stream until 9. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you probably next week when I attempt to live stream again and hope that I get here on time for when I want to stream. Yeah. Have a lovely time zone. God bless you. See you next time.